Welcome to the Dungeon Brew Coffee Tavern, where every cup tells a story, and every story starts with a sip. Join us on a journey of adventure, camaraderie, and of course, the finest brews, served hot and steeped in mystery. From dragons to ancient legends, we're brewing up more than just coffee. Today's tale begins. In the golden hush of late afternoon, the crossroads once more plays host to story and song. From the distant skies descends a traveler unlike any other, a merchant of wings and wisdom, bearing tomes of forgotten ages. But before we dive into today's adventure, a quick word from our sponsor.
Plot holes. They lurk in the shadows of your story, waiting to derail your narrative when you least expect it. But don't worry, A Fiction Writer's Guide to Plot Holes by author Anne Snizek is here to help. This handy guide gives you the tools you need to spot, fix, and prevent plot holes before they become a problem. Ready to keep your story airtight? Grab your copy on Amazon today.
Now, grab your mug, settle in, and get ready for the next chapter in our brewing saga. Episode 38, The Merchant of Forgotten Pages. The sun leaned low over the fields beyond the crossroads, where autumn's gold and copper kissed the earth. Travelers were still trickling into the Dungeon Brew Coffee Tavern, filling the air with laughter, mugs clinking, and the faint hum of stories being spun. But above it all, a shadow swept across the tavern's thatched roof. Broad, feathered, watchful. The tavern grew quieter as eyes turned to the road. From the tree lane came a creaking cart, pulled by a mule whose pace was as stubborn as a dwarf with a bar tab. Walking beside it, towering, regal, and strange, was a figure few here had ever seen. Feathers glinted bronze and gold in the waning light, wings folded tight against a patchwork cloak. A hooked beak curved sharp beneath eyes that missed nothing. An eagle folk. And not just any, a merchant of books. The cart brimmed with them, scrolls tied in fraying twine, leather tomes stacked high, parchment spilling like treasure overflowing its chest.
Look at all those books. Do you think they've got recipes? Old ones? Maybe even coffee ones?
Or maybe just dusty bedtime stories, Little Bean. Don't go drooling on their parchment.
Eagle folk don't wander lightly. They're solitary scholars, guardians. If one's come this far, it's for more than selling dusty pages.
Ah, of course. I know this one. Yes. The Wings of Wisdom, they're called. Brought me a scroll once, detailing how I wrestled a kraken with nothing but a mug of ale. Fine writing, if I say so myself.
Funny. I don't recall that tale written in any of the libraries I've seen.
Well, Fate, you've clearly not read the rare editions.
The eagle folk's talons clicked against the tavern's threshold as they entered, feathers ruffling once before settling. Their gaze swept the room, measuring, calculating, as though every soul was just another line of ink in a book already written. The tavern hushed. Then, with a voice crisp as turning parchment and sharp as a quill's point, the merchant spoke.
Good folk of the crossroads, I bring not ale nor trinkets, but words, histories long forgotten, secrets inked before your grandfathers' grandfathers drew breath. Within these tomes lie recipes of power, maps of wonder, and stories that could outlast stone itself. Who among you dares trade for the wisdom of ages?
A shiver passed through the tavern, not of fear, but of curiosity. Books this old had a weight beyond paper. And in the eagle folk merchant's eyes, there flickered a hunger, not for coin, but for something far rarer. The eagle folk merchant set their satchel down upon the nearest table with a heavy thud. Dust plumed into the air, carrying the scent of ink, leather, and something older, like rain-soaked stone deep in the earth. A hush fell across the tavern. The merchant's feathers ruffled once, catching the lantern light, before they leaned close, talons drumming on the wood.
I am not here for mere coin or common trade. I hunt a treasure greater than gold, rarer than any gem. I seek the heart of VA.
The name struck the air like a bell tolling, leaving a faint echo that seemed to settle in the rafters.
The heart of what? Is it a drink? A recipe?
Sounds like a bad romance novel. Or worse, vegetarian stew.
It's no stew, nigh bed. I've heard whispers of it. A tome said to breathe like a living thing, bound in leather that pulses like flesh. If the legends are true, it records not just history, but the soul of the land itself.
Ah, yes. The Heart of VA. I've seen it before. Kept it safe for a week while I was on campaign, don't you know? Pages thicker than dragon hide, letters glowing like fireflies. Very chatty book, that one. Called me sir every morning.
And did it also thank you for your service, Bradicus?
Well, naturally. Manners are important, even for magical tomes.
The merchant's sharp beak clicked, amusement mixing with impatience. Their wings shifted, feathers rustling like paper being turned.
This is no jest. The Heart of VA holds power unlike any relic. Some say it can rewrite memory. Others that it can heal wounds older than kings. It is the breath of the land itself, captured, bound, and waiting. And I will find it.
Imagine if it had ancient brewing recipes. Coffee brewed under moonlight. Drinks lost to time.
Or a page that seasons itself. Flip it once for pepper, twice for paprika. Now that would be useful.
No. Knowledge that deep can cut both ways. If it can rewrite or erase, it could destroy just as easily as it could heal.
Some hearts are not meant to be held. To tear them from the land is to hollow it.
The Eagle Folk merchant's golden eyes narrowed. For all their talk of books, this one had the gaze of a predator circling its prey. And the prey, it seemed, was not gold, nor drink, nor song. It was the Heart of VI itself. The Eagle Folk merchant's talons curled against the tabletop. From their cart they drew bundles, unwrapping them with reverence. Books, scrolls, and bound volumes lay upon the wood like offerings upon an altar. The tavern folk leaned closer, breaths held, as the merchant began to display their wares.
If knowledge is a danger, then let danger be shared. I offer trades, fair and true, secrets for secrets, wisdom for wisdom. Surely, among you there are those who hunger.
He turned first to Patches, eyes sharp as a quill tip.
For you, healer, the bestiary of forgotten herbs. Pages inked with cures thought lost. Roots said to mend fevers beyond a cleric's prayer. Names of plants no longer whispered in the markets of men. Would you not preserve your kind with it?
That knowledge could save lives or poison hands that seek it.
Next, they spread open a volume before Java, the smell of roasted beans and spiced honey faintly drifting from its pages.
And for the little brewer, the monastery grimoire of sacred brews. Recipes brewed by monks who claimed each cup was a prayer that touched the heavens. Imagine, hatchling, what wonders your tavern might serve.
Coffee as prayer? As magic? Oh, I'd love to.
Bah, don't spoil the lad with daydreams. What about me, Featherhead?
The merchant's wings shifted, feathers shimmering bronze as they produced a crackling parchment, faint heat radiating from its surface.
For the fireling, a scroll of eternal flame. Words that burn as they are spoken. Flames no wind can snuff, no water can quench. Would it not season your craft with true fire?
Oh, now you're speaking my language.
Ha! And I suppose you've got something for me too, eh? A book of ballads? A manual on beard braiding?
The merchant leaned close, and with deliberate care placed a heavy tome before him. Its leather cover was cracked, but in its margins were scribbles, sketches, flourishes, even tall tales, oddly familiar.
A tome of heroic deeds. Strangely, it seems to already carry your name. Perhaps destiny is not so forgetful as you believe.
Ah, yes. That's my handwriting, no doubt. Wrote it years ago. Or was it last Tuesday? Hard to say, time's slippery when you're a legend.
The companions glanced among themselves, temptation heavy in the air, each gift tailored, precise. But beneath the promise of knowledge, there coiled a sharper truth. The the merchant was bartering not just for goods, but for clues. Clues that might lead them closer to the heart of VI.
You're not here to trade. You're here to take.
And your wings will not lift the heart from this land.
The eagle folk's feathers bristled, wings spreading just slightly, enough to shadow the table, enough to remind all present that a predator still perched before them. The bargains had been laid out. But to accept them, or to turn them away, that choice could change the tavern's fate. The tavern's warmth seemed to thin, like breath stolen from the air. Lantern flames flickered low, shadows stretched too long across the walls. And above the hush of uneasy patrons, the eagle folk merchant spoke again, wings shivering with fervor.
The heart of VA is close. I feel it in these beams, in the bones of this land. A codex that breathes, its pages a pulse, its words alive. With it, I could preserve truth before it fades, heal the fractures of kingdoms, undo the rot of centuries.
As the word heart left their beak again, the rafters groaned. Books in their cart rustled as though caught in a wind no one else felt. A low hum trembled through the floorboards, steady as a heartbeat.
Do you all hear that? It's like the tavern itself is listening.
Ha. Or maybe your stomach's rumbling again, little bean.
Enough. Some things aren't meant to be pulled into daylight. Knowledge like this, it binds, it twists. Stop saying its name.
Would you bury wisdom in dirt? Let the earth rot it away? No. Knowledge is meant to soar.
Their wings spread wide, feathers catching the lantern glow, casting the tavern in the shadow of talons and quills.
Call it again, and you'll rouse more than shadows. Some hearts are not found, they find you. And when they do, they devour.
The hum deepened, rattling mugs and shaking dust from the beams. For a heartbeat, everyone swore the air itself throbbed with sound.
Well, this reminds me of the time I carried the heart of a mountain. Great, thundering thing, it pulsed and rumbled worse than this. Course, turned out it was just a potato sack I'd strapped to my back for a farmer. Tasted fine roasted, though.
Laughter rippled nervously through the tavern, but the merchant's eyes burned with unquenched fire. For a moment, it seemed they might shout the forbidden name again, challenge fate herself, tear the rafters open with their wings. But instead, the eagle folk drew back, feathers settling, though their gaze never softened.
So be it. If the heart will not reveal itself tonight, then another day, another trail. But know this, secrets cannot hide forever. And when the heart beats again, I will be there to claim it.
The humming faded. Shadows shrank. The tavern breathed once more. But the silence left behind was heavier than before, weighted with whispers, and the knowledge that some quests do not leave when the seeker departs. They linger. The eagle folk merchant stood tall, feathers smoothing down in deliberate calm. They swept the tomes back into their satchel with sharp, efficient motions, parchment snapping like wings. With a piercing cry, half laugh, half screech, they gathered the mule's reins and turned their cart toward the door. The tavern floorboards creaked under Talon's steps, until at last the night air swallowed their shadow.
Wait, what's that?
On the table where the books had lain rested a single scrap of parchment, weathered and frayed. Its ink shimmered faintly in the lantern light, a sketch that was less map and more memory, winding lines, a river, the faint outline of mountains, and in the center, a heart-shaped mark.
They left it on purpose. A lure.
Well, looks like treasure hunting season just opened. Don't worry, I've loads of experience reading maps. Why, once I followed one for weeks only to find out it was the cook's grocery list. Still ended up with a fine stew.
Be wary. Maps don't always lead to places. Sometimes they lead to choices.
The tavern sat in heavy silence. Somewhere outside, wings beat against the night sky, retreating but not gone. The heart of VA had not been found, yet. But its shadow now lingered in the rafters of the Dungeon Brew Coffee Tavern, waiting, pulsing, alive. Some quests fly from our doors, but others roost where we least expect. And when they do, they watch, and they wait, for the moment we are ready to follow. The fire is low, the mugs are empty, and tonight's tale has come to an end. But the journey is far from over. Thank you for gathering with us at Dungeon Brew Coffee Tavern, where adventure brews with every sip. Join us next time as new challenges arise, mysteries deepen, and the magic of the tavern unfolds. If you enjoyed this taste of adventure, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell so you never miss a new episode. We'll save a seat for you at the tavern. See you soon.